Hi guys, welcome to another video by myself, Bateson87, where we look towards FIFA 20. Some stuff which a lot of people are obviously well interested in, and it is icons. Now, with the way FIFA 19 has operated icons, we could potentially be seeing some changes going into the future FIFA. No information is out about it, but this video today is a FIFA 20 icon wish list. Not only are we going to take a look at some of the icons which I think, well, I personally want in the game. I know a lot of people are not going to disagree with the ones that I've chosen. There could be some missing in there. There is one player, actually, I'm going to mention him. There's one player missing who I would like to get, and that is Samuel Eto'o as well. He will be the first Cameroon icon, but he's missing from the slide. We've got 25, I think it's 25 to 30 players to look at today, but we're going to also talk about the way icons operated in FIFA 19, prime icon moments. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you leave a like, rating, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and feel free to hit the bell button so you never miss an upload. And with that, let's get on. Prime icon moments. Don't like them. When EA released the versions of the icons at the start of, when they were hyping up FIFA 19, there was 3 versions. These were the baby, these were the middle, and also the prime. The prime was seen as the best version. These players were safe throughout the year. If you purchase these players, they were never going to get a better version of the item. But that changed this year when EA threw a curveball out in February, saying they're releasing prime icon moments. These were +1 on top of the original icon, and they were dynamic images. Now, you guys know, and if you follow this channel for a while, I'm a sucker for dynamic images, and thankfully I'm in a position where I was able to purchase some of the prime icon moments. But do I want to? Did I want to? Not really. I thought they were absolutely pointless. I thought EA should have just kept it how it was and just update the dynamic images of the prime versions. And I think a lot of people, I didn't really see any positive feedback from the icons, and I hope that EA took that on board and do listen and maybe do something different come FIFA 20, whether it be getting rid of every other version of the icons and just sticking with one version. I think everybody would be happy with that. I don't know, let me know your thoughts and opinions on how you want icons to work. But we're going to get in, guys. We're going to take a look at the wish list that I've put together with the help of Matt as well. You guys know he's done some graphic work for Team of the Season, predictions, and I'll leave a link to his Twitter down below. Go and drop him a follow. He does some insane work on Instagram, which is where I found him, and he does stuff really, really quickly, and his turnaround is nuts, and the quality of the images and the stuff he's put together is brilliant. So let's get into it and take a look. So the first page, there is 5 icons. Some of them with dynamic images, others with not, depending on the picture quality and stuff. We didn't want to make it look nasty. And these are what we've got. We've gone with the prime icon version. I think EA should release dynamic images on the icons if they potentially can. The 5 that we've gone with, well, I've gone with, I keep saying we, but he's made it. I've chosen the players and given them the ratings as well. Don't look too far into the ratings because we never get any of them right. And last year, actually, EA did a fantastic job of getting the icons I wanted. R9, he was one of them. I wanted him. And I can't remember the other one. There was 2 main players I wanted, and we got them in. There's still some players missing, and the only problem that EA running is obviously how much money the license would be for these players. Now, Nemanja Vidic of... He will be Manchester United. He will be an insane centre-back. He was back in previous FIFAs before he retired. I'd love to see him in the game. We've also got Zico, which will be a Brazilian cam. A little nippy little player, will be fantastic. Maybe we don't know what the meta is going to be. We don't know if these players would work that well. But it would be interesting to see how they did play. We've also got a goalkeeper as well, which is Zoff, the best ever Italian goalkeeper, if not one of the best ever goalkeepers in the world. Before, obviously, the modern day goalkeeper completely changed, and we're seeing the likes of Neuer, who's like a sweeper keeper and stuff. But Zoff in that period of time was the best. We've also got one which is a Real Madrid manager. As I'm making the video, I don't know when the video's going live, so we've got Zidane. He is a Real Madrid manager. I can't see him done anything different, but Zidane, we've gone with a 96 rated cam. The goal he scored against Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League final when Real Madrid were wearing the black kit was insane. The volley outside the area and did win them the Champions League. Then he's also gone on to win numerous Champions Leagues as a manager. League titles, potentially, I don't know. He'll win league titles with them anyway. And obviously the triumphs he's had with France, as well as obviously a disappointing moment which he did have with Materazzi. Was it Materazzi? I think it was Materazzi. I don't know, I can't remember which defender it was where we had that bust up with at the end. And obviously that was a dark point of Zidane's career. And then we've got another Brazilian cam, which is Kaká. Obviously ex-Real Madrid, AC Milan. Trying Trying to think of the other one. The American team he played for. He's played for loads of teams anyway, but we've gone with Kaká in the Brazilian cam. 92, 96, 96, 94 and 93. That's a decent selection of icons, and we've still got plenty more in this video. On this page we have some of my personal ones which I would want. Kenny Dalglish, obviously one of Liverpool's best ever players. Alonso, one of my best ever players growing up watching, and he would be insane in the game as well. He would give us actually a Spanish centre mid. I don't think we have a Spanish centre mid icon, and Alonso would suit that well. We've got Tony Adams, obviously part of the Invincibles, fantastic English centre-back, and obviously had a lot of trouble outside of football with addiction and everything else like that. And obviously if we did get him, we may even see him doing the dancing and stuff he did with that training with the La Liga team, which he took over for manager for about 7 days, I think it was. We then got Didier Drogba. I don't even know if this guy's officially retired yet. He keeps saying he's retired and then he's not. But he does do something with an MLS2 team. Maybe he owns them, I can't remember. But Didier Drogba, one of the most recent decent strikers. He was unstoppable in his prime, and I think a lot of people would want him. Ivory Coast have actually got a lot of players which a lot of people want as icons. Yaya Toure, Kolo Toure potentially as well. The Ivory Coast have got some decent players in there, and Drogba would obviously be the headline, I think, for a lot of people's selection. We then got Di Stefano, one of the best ever Argentinian strikers, Argentinian players out there. Did an absolute whirlwind back in the day, and that's why I've added him into the wish list. That's 10 icons down, and we've still got 20 more to look at. The next batch we have got Lucio, Brazilian centre-back. We've got Brazilian left-back. We haven't got a right-back yet, but there is one in this. We've got Brazilian centre-mids, left-mids, strikers, left-wings. I don't think we've got a right midfielder either, but to add in a Brazilian centre-back would be fantastic. Then got a personal favourite of mine, which is Riquelme. He was a very, very flair-filled player and did the work mainly at Villarreal, and was one of the most fun players to watch growing up. Not only that, PES 6. You guys know I'm a PES player. I play on alternate control still. PES 6, PES 5, PES 4, PES 3. Riquelme was one of the favourite players that I played with on that game, and that's why I thrown him in the list. We then got Hugo Sanchez, a Mexican player. Would he be better than the current Mexican icon we've got in the game? I don't know, but Sanchez I have given an inclusion to. We also have Jurgen Klinsmann, the USA managerial, Germany managerial, I think, as well. Tottenham ex-player, and obviously German hitman when it comes to playing the game. Klinsmann, I think, was one of the most fantastic players. Maybe just before my era, but I did see glimpses of him at Tottenham, and Klinsmann obviously will be a fantastic addition to the list. And then we've got Charlton. I don't know what position Charlton played, whether it be left wing, right wing. I think last year I had him as a right wing, but we've changed it to centre forward this year because he's seen as an attacker slash striker. And Bobby Charlton, I think, will be a really, really good addition, especially for the English pool of players. Our icons, we've got a decent few now. We've got Lampard, Gerrard, Paul Scholes, Lineker, Michael Owen potentially. Who else? Sol Campbell. And Charlton will be a proper run down memory lane with having him in, and I think he will be absolutely brilliant. He would absolutely suit FIFA 19. That's for sure. The next one we have got Jaap Stam, another Manchester United centre back, and Holland. Brutal centre-back. He was one which didn't mess around with, and he was during, obviously, the peak of Manchester United's success. We have got Totti, who recently retired. I'd love to get him in as well as a centre-forward. Hopefully, if he does come in, he don't treat him like they treat him towards the back end of his career, where he's like 30-odd pace. We then got Pirlo, same again. He's a reasonably slow player, but he was a high dribbler and decent passer, and also a good long shotter as well, and set-piece taker, everything. You know, Pirlo was fantastic. To see him. So 2 Italians there. We've also got Muller, another German striker, and I think probably one of the best ever German players in the game. And we've given him a very high rating at 96 as well. Now, to correct something I did last year where I said Puskas was a goalkeeper, we have got Puskas. He is a striker. He has got an award named after him, the Puskas Award. You guys may have heard of it. Salah somehow won it last year or the year before, but Puskas obviously deserves a place, I think, to be an icon in FIFA. He will be ridiculous. All these players, I think, will be absolutely ridiculous. But if you guys are not seeing the ones which you will potentially want in the game, feel free to let me know in the comment section below as well. These aren't cert. These are just giving EA ideas of which players to go near, and maybe they might even check out the video and read some of the comments that you guys leave down below. We are on to the final 10 now. George Weah. Bring him back, EA. I don't know why you took him out of the game. George Weah, the Dry banter American striker. He's not American, and he's actually like a figure for politics now, I think, in his home country. But he was a fantastic striker on the game. He was in the real world of football. I want him back in FIFA. David Beckham. This one might be a difficult one because Pez haven't. Pez have got David Beckham. I don't know how good he would be at right midfield. I would prefer a centre midfield version, but obviously you can't change where he played in real life. David Beckham would be one of the top tier English icons if he was to come into the game. And then I've actually yet again put in another Brazilian player, and it is a Brazilian right back this time. It is Cafu. This guy, I think, like right back, we've not really got a good choice of selection. Like Zanetti is good, but there's better players than him. Dani Alves is better than him in FIFA, and a few others. But I think Cafu would be a very, very sought after right back, and would potentially be end game as well if he did get him in. We then got Eric Cantona. Me being a Liverpool fan and being in the era that he was just a ridiculous player. He did some dodgy stuff, like karate kicking fans, and he was a very arrogant player, but he had the skills to back it up. Obviously, the collar up. That'd be nice, wouldn't it, having a collar up Cantona in the game and stuff like that. So I would like to see Cantona being back in. And then we've got another Dutch icon, which is Davids. Now we've already got Seedorf in the game. Yeah, was it just Seedorf this year? There's a lot of Netherlands or Dutch centre mids and central midfielders, but I would like to see Davids being in. I think if he was in the game, he'd be very similar to how Kante plays, and same stature as well. I think he would be a ridiculous player in the game, and that's why I've thrown him into the mix of the 5. We've still got 5 more to look at though. And the final 5. Oliver Kahn, one of the most psychotic goalkeepers that I ever remember. He was absolutely mental, but he was a ridiculous goalkeeper at the time. An insane shot stopper, controlled teams very well. I think he was a captain of Bayern Munich and Germany as well, and I would love to have him in the game. He is in Pez as well, if you guys didn't know. We then got another one who was a German captain and Bayern Munich captain. It is Philipp Lahm. Never ever got a red card in his career, I believe, and everyone would want him back. Everyone does want him back, even though he's not been out the game very long. Philipp Lahm is fantastic. We then got Samuel, the centre-back, Argentinian centre-back. We don't really get any... Who we got? Veron. Who have we got? Veron Crespo? And Maradona. That's a decent bunch of Argentinian icons, but I'd love to see some defensive one comes in, and Samuel being one of them as well, seen as one of the best players, best defenders that Inter ever had. And then we got Adriano. This one more for me more than anything. Adriano was a freaky player coming up. He was obviously playing for massive teams like Inter, and he was a part of that bunch of players. 99 shot power, that will be a guarantee because he hit the ball absolutely amazing. But another Brazilian striker to throw into the mix as well, and gives you a bit of an alternative. Then the final one, guys, is Romario. We did used to have him in FIFA. I think he was a 90 rated or a 91 rated, and I thought that was low rated, so I have given him a 93. These are the complete icons that I would love to get in the game. Like I said, there's a few missing off my list. The likes of Samuel Eto'o, I'd love to see come back. We don't know who's retiring this year as well, but if any of these come into the game next year, I'd be over the moon. And obviously last year, I think, was the best inclusion for any icons which we wanted. We've got Lampard, Gerrard, Ronaldo, you know, a lot of fan favourites, Johan Cruyff, and now we've got them. Let's keep on going and start adding some well, huge, crazy icons into the game. That's what I would want, and I think a lot of them are covered in this video. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, like I said, leave a like, rate, and subscribe if you're not, and feel free to hit the bell button so you never miss an upload. Check out all the other videos on the channel, guys, and let me know in the comment section below any icons you would love to see in the game personally, as obviously these ones are personal to me, and that's why I've chosen this list for me. Guys, until next time, see you later. Have a nice rest of your day. Bye-bye.